Hey y'all, my name is Morgan. I am Natalie's daughter, and while she is in Maryland for the week, she actually asked me to make her a little video to sort of fill in for her for the week. So I thought I would pop out here on my lunch break and do that really quick for her. I actually got into the world of oils much later than she did. Anytime I would have like a problem or an issue, she would, there's an oil for that. And I would just kind of roll my eyes and ignore her because I was really skeptical and I was also just really stubborn. I used to really like to burn candles in my house or have the little wax melts in the wax burners. And she would always try to show me oils that smelled pretty much the exact same, sometimes even better. And I would just ignore her and buy another candle. But eventually I did cave and I've been hooked since. I now drink Ningxia every morning when I refused to before. And really my mornings aren't the same without it. I have a whole slew and a whole cocktail of oils that I keep in my bathroom for their skincare benefits, things like that. And pretty much every nook and cranny in my house, I have Young Living somewhere stuffed in different corners and for different purposes. I definitely don't know as much as she does. I don't have all of the knowledge and understanding of every little oil out there that she does. She definitely knows way more. So I'm constantly calling her and texting her if I find a new one I want to try or there's a new purpose that I need an oil for. I'm always asking her a million questions and she always finds the perfect one. But out of all of the oils, my absolute favorite and my holy grail of holy grails is definitely peppermint oil. It's actually the first oil that I ever tried. I actually asked her if Young Living had it and if she could give me a little sample of it or if I could try it, because a couple years ago I used to sing pretty regularly in church. And when I say regularly, it was Sunday morning, Wednesday nights, Friday nights, Thursday night rehearsals, sometimes late night Wednesday night rehearsals. And then if there was Saturday outreaches, we would do music for that. And then also if we did conferences, because our church did conferences, that's 4 days in 1 week, 2 services a day, and the worship sets are longer than they would otherwise. So it really wears you down. You get tired. Your voice gets worn out very easily doing that. Even if you do vocal warm-ups and things like that, you still want other things to kind of help to soothe it and all of that. So somebody who was in the music department who was much more knowledgeable in that than I was, much more professional, had a lot more experience than I did, actually introduced me to the benefits of peppermint oil for your vocals and for your throat. So it definitely helps if you have phlegm in your throat, or if you wake up one morning and, your throat is really scratchy and irritated, or if it's just really worn out from 4 days of singing almost nonstop. Using a little bit of peppermint oil, a couple drops here and there, or putting it in a hot tea is really beneficial to kind of help soothe that and take care of that, and really also helps cool and open up your throat and your vocal folds and vocal cords to really help with that. So as soon as I tried it and Mom gave me a sample of it to try, I now have it everywhere, use it for everything. That's the only oil that I keep multiple bottles of at a time. And as soon as one bottle runs out, even though I have 4 more, I still immediately have to purchase one. I keep one in my bag to keep with me at all times. I have one on my bedside table. I believe I have one in my bathroom, a small one with the rest of my skincare ones, just in case. I also keep one on my desk at work, and then I keep the Vitality one in my kitchen, because sometimes at the end of the day, I like to put them in hot tea or hot water just to help relax, things like that. If I wake up with a scratchy throat, I like to use it for that purpose and things like that. And then otherwise, I just keep them everywhere, especially at work if I'm having a really stressful day, which is every day at work. It's really helpful. I like to rub it on my temples, behind my ears, and sometimes a little bit on my neck, especially if it's a hot day here in Florida. That can be really cooling and soothing. If my muscles are sore, I like to take a really, really hot shower, let the shower get really, really steamy, and then either just use a little bit of oil in the steam and let it kind of diffuse everywhere in the steam, or to rub a tiny bit on the sore area, if it's a shoulder or whatever muscle, to kind of help relieve that. And because that cooling sensation that the peppermint oil will give you when you use it topically, that and then the really hot steam of the shower almost feels like icy hot or something like that. So it feels really, really good. So I really just use it for anything. And it's been especially cold here in sunny Florida. All of a sudden it dropped down to high 20s, low 30s, which is kind of unexpected. So of course those quick seasonal changes can affect you, give you stuffy nose, sore throat, stuffy chest, things like that. So I do kind of like to help soothe that as well. So peppermint is definitely my holy grail, my go-to. I keep it everywhere, like I said, and it is definitely, of all the oils, I think that's the one that I can't go a day without. So she asked me to talk about my favorite one, or one that I really liked, and that one was definitely the one I had to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about my uses of it. If you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to the expert, or you can, reach out to her for me. However, that's perfectly fine, but definitely stay tuned for other videos of hers, and I hope you have a great day and a happy new year. Bye.